Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Janine Rogan. I'm a financial educator and I aim to educate and empower women to invest and build their wealth. I am the CEO of the Wealth Building Academy and the best-selling author of the book, The Pink Tax. But today we're talking about travel points and travel hacking because it is something that I have been doing since like 2014. And I think it is an interesting skill to share, and I want to share a little bit about my experience. So back in 2014, 2015, my husband and I were getting married, and we were both working as new accountants at one of the big four firms. We were both at separate firms, but we were not making very much money. And anyone who's worked in an accounting firm knows that, they don't pay that well. We were also working like 1 million hours a week, and my husband got put on a client that was actually down in Arizona, so he was traveling back and forth a lot and also incurring a lot of expenses. So between all the flights that he ended up booking, all the nights he stayed in hotels, and all of the food that he was eating out on a daily basis, we were able to rack up a substantial amount of credit card points. Now in 2015, we got married. We are celebrating 10 years married this year, and we wanted to go somewhere very far away for our honeymoon. So we actually chose Bali, and we flew from our wedding location, which was in Vernon or Kelowna for those of you that are from BC, to Vancouver, and then Vancouver to Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong to Bali. And we spent a few nights in Hong Kong to explore and actually kind of see what the city was like, and also to kind of acclimatize to those time zones. So because we were leveraging a credit card that gave us a decent amount of points. Back then, I think it was like the TD something Visa. I can't quite remember the credit card. We don't have it anymore. We were actually able to get our flights, unfortunately in economy for me, from Vancouver to Hong Kong for free for both of us. So those were about $1,200 each, and both of those were actually covered by our travel rewards. The other thing that we were able to do was actually leverage the points that my husband had racked up with the hotel stays and how much he had spent at those hotels to get free accommodations in Hong Kong. And I looked up the hotel we stayed at. We stayed at the Conrad in downtown Hong Kong, and it's a very, very nice hotel. We got upgraded. We were able to use the lounge. We had a lot of free meals at the hotel. But right now, the hotel charges about $450 per night, and we were there for 3 nights. So this saved us over $1,200 by the time you add in all the taxes and fees and all those extra charges that every hotel seems to charge you. We were able to save on that just by using the points that we racked up by staying with the same chain that he had been staying with down in Arizona. So this saved us close to $4,000 on our honeymoon, which means we were able to leverage the money that we had put away for our honeymoon and actually stay at a nicer place in Bali, which was fantastic. We stayed at a place on the south point of the island. If you're ever interested in those, I don't think that hotel exists anymore, but if you're ever interested in what hotel we stayed at, I'm happy to share that. You can just ask in the comment section below. All this to say, credit card points hacking is something that is fantastic and really allows you to upgrade your experience when it comes to traveling the world. It also allows you to do a lot of things for free. So it can mean flying in business. I am definitely someone who is here for the pods, or staying in a more luxe hotel when you're staying in a city. I've had a lot of these opportunities, but I've also been upgraded for free because when you're a loyalty member with a lot of these programs, you're usually first on the list to be upgraded. So I've been upgraded on so many flights, as well as you can put in upgrade requests with your hotels when you stay at them as well. So right now I have a ton of Marriott Bonvoy points. When I was in the corporate world a couple years ago, I was on a plane probably a couple of times per week and staying at hotels around Canada. I actually did hit Marriott Bonvoy Platinum. I am no longer Platinum because I don't travel that much anymore, but I was able to amass over 460,000 points with Marriott Bonvoy. And now that I have the Marriott Bonvoy business card, I'm able to rack up points even faster for all of my business expenses within the Wealth Building Academy. Now, this will get us probably 4 or 5 nights at a very, very expensive hotel, like think $1,000 a night, or this could get us probably closer to 2 weeks of hotel stay at a middle of the line hotel. So we are able to save thousands just because we're using Marriott Bonvoy, and I was able to rack up those points simply by staying at those hotels. I did not have a Marriott Bonvoy card when I was traveling in my corporate life. I've also saved thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with WestJet because that was my main credit card that I was using. I have been shown the ways a little bit in the travel hacking industry and probably will be moving away from the WestJet MasterCard just because you don't get as many points that are as valuable compared to programs like American Express, Marriott Bonvoy, or Aeroplan. We want to make sure though, when we're using these credit cards and leveraging these rewards programs, that we're paying off our credit cards in full every single month. It does not make sense if you're paying 22 or 25% on your credit card. If you're trying to figure out what credit card is for you, I would highly recommend hopping over to RateHub and actually looking at what you're able to get for the categories that you actually spend the most money in. We'll open up our browser and navigate over to RateHub, and we're gonna actually look to find a credit card that actually works for us. So we're gonna wanna type in how much we spend. You can get a personalized recommendation emailed to you, or you can just use this calculator that is gonna show you just how much you will actually get in rewards based on how much you're spending in each category. So if you spend a lot on groceries, you might want a card that actually multiplies your points in a way that is more beneficial to you for groceries or for travel or for gas. You kind of have the ability to look at it from your unique spending. So it's also really important in these situations to understand how much you're spending on a monthly basis and what those categories are. And if you're looking for a way to do that, you can actually pop over to my template vault, and if you want to purchase those, you will get access to all of the templates that I use to track my spending on a monthly basis. Getting the perfect credit card also is going to be dependent on what your credit score is. So if you have a lower credit score, you might not be able to have access to all of the different credit cards, so you can work on building that. And there is also annual fees to consider. You want to make sure that you're getting more rewards every year than you're actually paying in annual fees. And the last thing I'll say is many times these are income-based as well. So higher rewards credit cards that have higher annual fees usually require you to have a higher income as well. So in this example, we're gonna actually compare the Cobalt, the Visa Infinite, and the Neo credit card, and you can see that they have a variety of different fees. We can see how they are impacted in rewards based on each category. So the last thing I'll say is that when we're using our credit card or choosing our credit card, we wanna make sure that the points that we're accruing, we're able to easily transfer. So you can log into something like American Express, or you can pull up Aeroplan or Marriott Bonvoy and see where you're actually able to transfer these points. Hyatt is another one. There's lots of hotels that take part in these programs, and that is why WestJet sometimes isn't the best option, because you really don't have the ability to transfer your points to any other program. The other little hack I'll say is that if you have a family member that is also looking for a credit card, you can use referral links and get extra points for signing that individual up. And if you're interested in signing up for the Cobalt card, I do have a referral link in the comment section below that will give you 15,000 extra American Express points, which is enough for at least one night at a Marriott property or probably a round trip flight to Vancouver. And lastly, also look for other partner programs outside of credit cards and hotels and airlines. So Uber or DoorDash oftentimes will give you additional Aeroplan points, so make sure that you're looking for partnerships that allow you to earn that much faster. I think Starbucks and Skip also have the ability to earn airline points as well. So if you have any questions about travel hacking or what you should look for when you're choosing a credit card, you can leave them in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week.